Tony, do you even remember how to drive one of these?
It's not something you forget. You should know that. The drive to succeed, the need to win, the desire to be a champion. And we surround ourselves with partners that believe the same. Like Tony Stewart Racing, Sage Fruit strives to be the best in all they do. They work hard on the farm, in the packing facilities, and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears all year long.
You can compare apples to apples, but nothing compares to a Sage Fruit apple. Winning quality in every bite.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Sage Fruit pre-race show on Saturday of the Knoxville Nationals, the best day of the year. Today, it's Christmas Day for all of us. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Big thank you to Sage Fruit, Chuck Casey, everyone at Sage Fruit for all they do for us here at Knoxville Raceway and the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. We've got a 5-time Outlaw champion, Brad Sweet, and the 2018 Knoxville Nationals champion, Brad Sweet. Brad, does it ever get old hearing that? Knoxville Nationals champion, Brad Sweet.
No, but every time you come here, there's no better feeling than winning the Knoxville Nationals. So when you come here and you don't win, it's kind of a little bit of a bittersweet thing. So, we got our work cut out this weekend. We kind of dug ourselves a little hole in qualifying. We had a decent night, but missed that all-important 8 invert for the A, and only went 9th to 7th. So just need to get a little bit better. The B main should allow us some extra laps, and obviously, just got to get into the A main. But the B main at the Knoxville Nationals is even a long race and challenging.
Yeah, 22 laps tonight. What are your thoughts? You're on the pole of the B main. You got the hard knocks last night. You a gambler? Would you have, if the option were there, would you have run last night and say, let's put the chips on the table and try for one of those 4 lock-in spots? Or being on the pole of the B, just kind of know, hey, I just got to maintain?
Yeah, I mean, I think we would just, pill draw is such a factor in qualifying, and some other things that you don't know. Like, we know exactly where we're at right now. We're on the pole of the B main, and honestly, if we can't transfer from the pole to the B main, then we don't deserve to be in the A main anyway. So we just need to make the right changes, use that B main as kind of a test and tune, and if we can get in the A main, as you've seen last year with David Gravel, and you've seen in years past with Donny Schatz and Kyle Larson, if your car is good in 50 laps at Knoxville, there's no reason you can't run towards the front. So we definitely don't think we're out of it. We just know that we need to get better if we want to have a chance.
This year, 7 wins, but to me what sticks out when I look at your season is consistency. You've run 45 races this year, 39 top 10s. Does that speak volumes to the program you guys have been able to build at Casey Kane Racing to be so consistently in the top 10, battling with some of the deepest fields night in and night out?
Yeah, I mean, and to me, it doesn't feel like we've had as good a year as we've had in the past. The tires are changing, and there's always variables changing, and but yeah, I mean, it's. I think we've built a really great program. Eric Pretzman and Ty Wolfgang and Zane, they do a great job on the car. Just everything, the structure at Casey Kane Racing, certainly, built to, be consistent night in and night out with our experience and everything that we have. But it's those wins that we really want to chase. So it's fun to be consistent. It's fun to win the points championships, but there's nothing better than winning these crown jewel events, the Knoxville Nationals, the Kings Royals, the biggest events that you get one chance a year at. They make or break your season more than anything else. But certainly nothing to be sad about this year with the season that we've had. But obviously want to come in here tonight and have a good night. I've
talked about with you in prior interviews before, because your story is truly one of my favorite stories in all of racing. How you were a guy that literally just said, I'm going to be a race car driver, and did everything in your ability to make it happen without huge backing. You didn't come bring a bunch of money to the table. You just moved to Indiana, laid it all on the table. And is it crazy to think back your move to Indiana with an open trailer, I think it was, and then now to Knoxville Nationals champion, World of Outlaws champion? I mean, you look what you've accomplished in 20 years. Is it surreal at moments to kind of look back and think on?
Yeah, I mean, you look at life and you want to dream big, right? But you just never know. And dreams really do come true. And, if you never give up, it's amazing what you can accomplish. So, it's just it's things that, the adversity you go through those situations set you up for the next chapter of life. It's taking on Silver Dollar Speedway, starting high limit racing, just everything that I'm doing, I attack with that same mentality that got me to this level. And it gives you a lot of confidence in life when you know that you can do things as long as you set your mind to it. So it's amazing. It's definitely surreal. I think a lot of fans probably don't even realize, how little we had and how far we've come from the very beginning, but just a lot of hard work and dedication and some good luck and a lot of great people around me over the years to get to where I am, and just a lot of fun to kind of look back and every Knoxville National I come to, I try to cherish the memories more and more, because you just never know when your last one that you're going to be competitive is going to be. But it's been a heck of a ride so far for sure.
You talked about Silver Dollar Speedway. You, Kyle, and Colby took over Silver Dollar Speedway, and you're trying to pump some life back into 410s on the West Coast. And how has that been in building the Gold Cup Race of Champions back to what it was when you grew up, and this year going to pay $100,000, and it's kind of bringing back to the 80s and 90s and the Gold Cups that we grew up here out?
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool to, for the whole thing to go full circle, because I wouldn't be sitting here today without what the Gold Cup meant to me. When you're a kid and that's that's our Knoxville Nationals on the West Coast was the Gold Cup. And, and every year the best drivers come to town, and it was just those memories created, and it just, basically set my path, basically, is what I wanted to do, was be a race car driver. And, so now that I've, Kyle and I have kind of gotten to the level we have, and, we have the resources that we have, we've gained the knowledge, it's really fun to try to give back to the sport, especially give back to our local communities, our local racetracks. And, the Gold Cup is, something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's very passionate about, California sprint car racing, and, that's what we want to do. We want to leave a legacy, the kids coming up, the next generation that comes up, they want to do the same thing that we want to do, and we want to keep building this sport for all of us great fans. We're all super passionate about it, and these events are what make the sport so great. It's not just a race, it's an event. It's 4 days, it's it's camping with your friends, it's meeting up with your friends you don't see, it's and then it's enjoying the races, it's enjoying the camaraderie, and it's listening to the drivers, it's seeing the merch trailers and these areas that are just fun for you fans. So that's what we're trying to do at Gold Cup. We're trying to do that at many events across the country, and what you guys are trying to do up at Skagit's the same thing. So yeah, it's cool to see where sprint car racing's at. Some people that are really passionate about it are behind the scenes trying to drive this thing to the next level for sure.
How do you attack tonight? Let's say you advance into the A main, you roll off 17th. You split the race into two. Do you really attack it as two separate races because it's 25 laps, or is it just a 50-lap event that just happens to have a break round midway?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we have nothing to lose. Everything is a positive, basically. If you get into the A main, quite frankly, just go for it. You try to get as much track position as you can at the halfway mark. You try to make good decisions, and every spot you gain's a positive. And honestly, when you're in the back and you go to the front, that's pretty gratifying. When you're starting on the front, there's a lot more pressure, and to try to stay at the front, and that you got to do everything perfect. But when you're in the back, you just don't really feel pressure. You just kind of go for it, and we're going to give it our all night. We're not going to give up until the checkered flag comes out. You're a guy that understands the numbers from the driver's standpoint, from now the promoter's standpoint. We talk about races all over the country. You think, man, $1,000 to start, that's pretty darn good that we're getting everything to $1,000 to start across the country for major events. Tonight's $15,000 to take the A main. How crazy is that when you really sit back and think about $15,000 to start the A main tonight? Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it's not possible without the support of all these fans and, sold out crowd. It's such a great atmosphere. And then, allows us racers to go out and make a living, even if we don't win the race. It's really important with the amount of time these teams travel up and down the road, and the sacrifice they make away from the families and things like that, to have these events that are so meaningful, and $15,000 to start an A main is really, really cool. And it's, Knoxville's always kind of set the benchmark on the overall purse and what they do for, from first to last across all the racers here tonight will do better no matter what race they're in than any other race in the country. And so that's why it's the granddaddy of them all. It's why it's our Super Bowl. It's why it's Christmas Day for the racers. And it's just not possible without the fans, without Knoxville Raceway staff. People like Chuck Sinks and Sage Fruit here. It's just it takes an army to pull all this off. So yeah, I'm just grateful that I'm in a great position to race at the Knoxville Nationals, to hopefully get into the A main and hopefully earn a good paycheck tonight.
What's this year been like for you as a driver? Because you're balancing a growing family, your daughter, wife. You're balancing driving a race car and still trying to chase these marquee events, chasing points in a points championship, managing a series. How has it been, and how do you still have a full head of hair and a racetrack?
Yeah, it takes, sometimes I wonder, sometimes my wife wonders what I got ourselves into. But no, it's just a lot of passion, a lot of desire to do big things. It's like I said, it's the same mentality I had, at the beginning of my race career. I was never going to give up until I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. And I'm still not going to give up racing. I love it. It's in your blood. Once it's in your blood, you never give up. But the same with the series and same with what we want to do for the overall health of sprint car racing. We want to keep growing it and pushing it to the next level, and keep these fans entertained and try to take the fan engagement to the next level. So I don't know, I just day by day stay focused. What's in front of me? Today's race day, right? Today is all about going out there and executing on the racetrack. So none of the other stuff really is on my mind right this second. And then Monday morning, Tuesday morning, when we're back at home, we're focused on Silver Dollar and the series and other things like that. So but yeah, focused on trying to get the best result for the Napa Auto Parts car tonight.
I've seen Don Sweet around this week. How's the tri-tip been?
Good. That's the other thing that's great about Knoxville is the family fun. Even if the racing doesn't go great, you get to the camper and the family's there eating and having a good time, and that's what it's all about.
I've had the sweet cooking, whether it's Dawn, your sister Caitlin's a great cook as well. Who's the best cook in the family?
I would say me by far. Not trying to brag, but no, I'm just kidding.
I've had Don Sweet's tri-tip before, though.
My dad's a good cook, so we actually give each other a lot of crap on each other's cooking, who's better, but no, we do good. We have fun with it, and that's what it's all about.
Well, Brad, tonight you roll off on the pole of the B, trying to start 17th in the A main at the Knoxville Nationals. We wish you good luck. Put on a show out there.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for having me on, and thank you for all you great race fans for coming out and supporting this event.
Thanks to Brad Sweet for joining us on the Sage Fruit pre-race show. Thanks to Sage Fruit. We'll be back with our next guest in just a couple of minutes here on Dirt Vision.
Wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
I think it's a very big deal that we have AMCUS, providing us with the AMCUS cutting tools throughout our series and World Racing Group. It's good that we were able to get a product in that's reliable and it does the job. If for some reason we had to cut a car apart or get access to a driver or a patient, we know that this tool here is definitely the one that we're going to work the best, get us in there quickly.
Welcome to our world. A world of dirt, drift, and dodging fate. A world where all of motorsport collides. A world of digging deep, of grit, glory, and bitter defeat. Inhabited by the strong, the fearless, the barely sane. Welcome to our world. Welcome to the world of NOS.
This is my 2017 Ford Edge with 123,000 miles. Recently, it became sluggish with a slight drop in gas mileage. It was recommended I add seafoam motor treatment in the gas every few weeks. After a few months, there was a noticeable improvement in the power, and it's more responsive when I give it gas. Happy customer here.
To find out more about Seafoam products and how they can help your engine run better and last longer, go to seafoamworks.com.
Everybody's hooking up, getting down, tearing up their
Hey Tony, now that you're driving in straight lines, you should try one of these. It will help you turn left again.
Well, Donnie, you should try one of these. Just like the lights, when it turns green, mash the gas. You might win another championship. The drive to succeed, the need to win, the desire to be a champion. And we surround ourselves with partners that believe the same. Like Tony Stewart Racing, Sage Fruit strives to be the best in all they do. They work hard on the farm, in the packing facilities, and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears all year long.
You can compare apples to apples, but nothing compares to a Sage Fruit apple. Winning quality in every bite.
Welcome back to my public roast, the Sage Fruit pre-race show. We got Donny Schatz. Clap for Donny. And Tony Stewart. I don't know if we clap for him or not. Donny, you're in. Was it stressful? You can be honest. Yesterday a little stressful?
Do you not think that I'm honest, Blake?
I guess I've never known you not to be honest, that's for sure.
Honestly, I was trying to figure out who we could get up here to talk with us other than you.
I know. I was hoping Tony Bokhoven, he texted me this morning and said I'm sick, and I was like, oh, I was really planning on taking a bathroom break this segment.
Yeah, we thought this was going to be a professional show until we saw you were up here.
You knew that was quickly downhill.
We realized this was like the Special Olympics of interviews coming up.
I told Tony, I said, when Tony Bokhoven texted me and said Donny was going to be on the show, then he texted me last week and said, I think we're going to have Tony Stewart on. I said, whoa. I didn't agree to that. Whoa.
So just for you, all of you that don't know, Blake was our announcer when we had the All-Star Series together. So we would essentially have a comedy show at the banquet.
The banquet every year turned upside down when I invited Tony to the stage.
Absolutely, but we've had a lot of fun together. So it's like the little brother you never wanted, but you're stuck with. That's this guy. So.
I grew up looking up to Tony, and then I worked for him, and I got tortured for 9 years by him.
Too.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems to be a
common trend.
Yeah, I was stressed, Blake. You can't. The qualifying night didn't go anywhere near what a guy would have hoped, and all you can do is regroup. I guess Knoxville's format here with this hard knocks night gives you an opportunity. I mean, you can look at it, and we came back. The guys done a phenomenal job. They went back and pretty much did what we call a fire sale, unloaded the trailer and pulled another car out we'd been running and went back to the motor we originally came here with and got ourselves qualified last night and, totally missed it in the heat race. And obviously had to capitalize on someone else's misfortune by not going to the scales, or we wouldn't be sitting here locked in the show right now. We'd be having to race our way in a different way. So, yeah, it wasn't fun, but I think over the course of all the years I've been racing, I think there's been a lot of things that have maybe gone my way, but a hell of a lot of them that haven't. So last night was one that did, and just be fortunate for it.
Well, happy birthday. So you got the early birthday present. Today's Donny's birthday.
Hang on. I was kind of hoping tonight would be the birthday present.
Well, there we go. Okay, so that was
We're going to save that one up.
Save that, yeah.
We're going to save everything we can. It is celebrating 47 today. I'm not a big birthday person, but, it's kind of funny. We were at the driver's meeting, and some of the guys that I've grown up racing with the series, Darren Pittman being one of them, aren't around every day anymore. So I'm the senior citizen now on tour, literally. And after the driver's meeting was over, Darren come up and he said, what the hell is wrong with all these people? They think that we're 45 and we're 47 and we're like dinosaurs. And I just laughed and went, maybe you should be around every day. I deal with this every day, not just today. So he referenced one of Johnny Gibson's lines at Williams Grove when we were starting on the front row of the feature, that there was 3,000 years of experience or something on the front row. So it is what it is, but I think you have to look at Steve, Sammy. I mean, Steve was competitive until he was in his early 60s. I clearly am not going to be that way, but Steve did it, and he did it damn fine. So he set a good example for everybody to be able to get to.
This is, in my opinion, probably the hardest race in the world to make because you have to be perfect. You don't get you get the redo last night and the now, but qualifying night, very tough. Big invert, got to pass cars. You've made the A-Main 25 years in a row. I mean, Tony's been a multi-time nationals champion with you, with Lasowski. I mean, what you've been able to accomplish here, both of you, is nothing short of absolutely incredible. Do you ever get the chance to kind of sit back and think about the accomplishments on the Marion County Fairgrounds and how impressive they are?
Well, honestly, I think it's something that you try to keep in the back of your mind, because while you're active, you're focused on what's in front of you, not those accolades. A person doesn't set out and say, you know what, I'm going to win the Nationals 11 times. I wanted to win it one time. One time. And when I did, it turned into 2 times. And then it turned into 3. And you get my point. I guess that's just how we got here, is not focusing on using that to get us to the next one. You just got to keep working. And I think if you get in that rhythm where you think that it owes you something, or you expect it because you've been there, that's when you get caught. When I step away from it, I'll probably walk around here and probably have to remind people that I won it 11 times. That's really what it's for, is for a reminder, as listening to someone like Ron Schumann, who won this race in 1979, and he said it paid $5,000 to win, and now it pays $190,000 to win. So things have evolved, and we try to just stay on the forefront of it.
Tony, first off, welcome back to a racetrack that has turns.
Yeah, I still remember how to do this.
Oh, I'm just making sure you're getting up there in age, so. You're now a Hall of Famer. Congratulations.
You keep this shit up, you're not going to live to be my age, bud. I'm telling you right now.
I got to get my shots when I can get them. That's one thing I learned from you. I did learn a couple things, not many, but a couple. But what's it like to be back here? I mean, this year's been different than ever for you, doing the drag racing thing and trying to get that rolling. Family on the way. Congratulations to you and Leah on that.
Thank you. I think I'm more scared about November getting here and this little boy coming than anything. It's I keep telling all my buddies, I'm like, I don't have setup sheets for a kid. And everybody goes, well, even if you did, you wouldn't use them, because apparently every child is a unicorn. They're all different, and every one of them has a different characteristic and trends and this and that. But I literally was just with Natalie Sather and got to see her little girl. So I didn't drop her. She didn't cry. She didn't spit up on me. I don't think she did anything in her diaper. I don't really want to know. But I'm really looking forward to that. But it is nice to be back here at Knoxville. I miss driving a sprint car. It's literally been 3 years since I raced. Now, a couple times a year we'll go do test sessions, and I'll jump in a car and drive. But that's probably the one thing I miss the most, is driving sprint cars right now.
Donnie, is it a little alarming that we've got a little Tony Stewart on the way? You think about, is the world ready for that?
No. The world wasn't ready for you, Blake.
I know that.
We'll probably teach him how to do your job in about the first 6 months. It'll be great.
I've seen there's that famous Kyle Larson interview talking about how you kind of babysat Owen, so I'm a little bit alarmed about the babysitting techniques you're going to have with your kid.
Once the announcement happened, I had to sit down with Leah and go, Larson's on the list, Harvick's on the list, some of my best friends are on the list of people that are going to try to teach our kids how to talk before they can talk. But I had my share of teaching these kids the English language and my variety of it. And Larson and Harvick were 2 of the first to sit there and go, we can't wait to teach your kid how to talk. So I had to sit Leah down and go, when this happens, you can just blame me. Don't blame them, blame me. It's payback, and we're going to get it probably tenfold from everybody.
This is many years of payback been waiting to come your way.
I think Larson was probably the one that was most excited about it, because he was very emphatic when he sent his text message about, I can't wait. So
many reasons.
It's definitely going to be payback, but it's going to be interesting for sure. It's, I'm sure tons of people out here have done it a million times, and I think it's natural to be scared of what you don't know, and I know nothing about a kid. I just know they eat, they sleep, they make messes in their diaper, and all the rest of the stuff is a blur to me of how this is all going to work. My left arm is cramped from holding that kid for about 15 minutes right now. I'm like, and I watched my sister go through a grocery store with my niece on her hip like this, and she's grabbing with her other hand, grabbing stuff off the shelves, and I'm like, I have no idea how you do that, but I don't know if I got to start going to the gym 3 times a day or what I'm supposed to do, but something is going to have to change as we do this.
Donnie, is there any interest in getting in a straight line car? You seen him do it? Zero?
Zero. Tony had us out as guests at Pomona last fall when Matt won the championship, and the other car was going to go to the championship round as well, and as a spectator. And man, I had a blast. It's just a different dynamic. we talk about, the younger generation in the sport. And when we went to that drag race, I seen parents with little kids all weekend long and just having a great time, just like what you guys are doing right here. And it was so different because when I go race, your mind's this way. And then when I went as a spectator, it was just as fun. I had a whole different perspective of it. And I really, really, really enjoyed myself. But Tony says, hey, let's go up to the starting line. And I'd been there before, so I knew what to expect. But that was like 20 years ago in Las Vegas when Ted Johnson was still alive. So we got to the starting line, and he's standing there. I don't know what the thing is with these people that drags. Like, here's the car taking off, and we want to stand 10 foot behind it, and it's going to launch to 335 miles an hour. It's like laying under a rocket during takeoff. Like, 0 sense. So he goes, come up here, and we go up there, and he stands there, and I guess you just stand like this. Well, when they hit the throttle, I hit the ground, and everyone was laughing because they knew I was a rookie or a newbie or whatever. And I looked up, and there he stands, like, didn't even flinch. And then they didn't tell me for 20 minutes that I had rubber clear down my whole face from standing right in the line of the tires. So there's just something about those cars. I respect them, but I don't know how the human brain or body can react to what they do. I mean, it's done. And the crew chiefs are standing there going, oh, yeah, it veered left. I'm like, how in the hell could you see that? I couldn't even keep my eyes open. So it's just a different, I don't think I truly had any respect for it until you go and do that and see what it is. And then you see what the crew guys go through. And when I was a kid, I sat in the backstretch grandstand. I dreamt of racing here. I dreamt of becoming a World of Outlaw champion. I'm not going to get past counting my blessings. I'm pretty fortunate, and I'm going to stay right where I'm at. So.
Well, Donnie, thanks for joining. Good luck tonight, starting 17th. Tony, I'll be nice. Thank you for joining. Always good to see you. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight, guys. And chasing history tonight. We're going to be watching.
Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you guys, too.
We'll be back on Dirt Vision in just a moment with David Gravel.
It's ARP Fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
Tony, do you even remember how to drive one of these?
It's not something you forget. You should know that. The drive to succeed, the need to win, the desire to be a champion. And we surround ourselves with partners that believe the same. Like Tony Stewart Racing, Sage Fruit strives to be the best in all they do. They work hard on the farm, in the packing facilities, and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears all year long.
You can compare apples to apples, but nothing compares to a Sage Fruit apple. Winning quality in every bite.
How'd I do?
Great if you're not looking at the clock.
Sure you got that? had to be faster than that, right?
100% NOS, zero sugar coating. New NOS, zero sugar. Get after it.
This copyrighted Dirt Vision broadcast may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or distributed in any form without World Racing Group's written consent. Copyright infringement is a federal crime.
Welcome back to the Sage Fruit Pre-Race Show. We've got the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series points leader in 2019 Knoxville Nationals champion David Gravel joining us. And David, first off, tonight, rolling off sixth in the B, a little bit of work to do, but what's the mentality for you guys tonight? That's what interests me more than anything is how you attack that B main moving into the main event.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we need to find our way to get into that feature tonight. But starting sixth, we're pretty confident with our race car and just really curious on how the track's going to be and see how we hot lap and see if we have to make any big adjustments from there. But, a lot of good race cars here. And obviously, it's not where we want to be right now. But we're going to hopefully run 72 green flag laps here tonight and have a lot of opportunities to pass a lot of race cars.
I talked to Brad Sweet about the consistency he's been having this year, and you've been much of the same. The last 2 months, since May 25th, you've run 24 races. You've been in the top 10, 23 of those races. How is that, and what's that like working with the Big Game the Big Game Motorsports team and the consistency? This feels like a program that you guys have been building steadily each year the last handful of seasons.
Yeah, just something I've been striving for in my career is be somewhere for a decent amount of time, and this is our fourth year together, and Cody's growing as a crew chief and a leader, and we've had Zach Patterson on the car for 3 or 4 of the years now, I believe, and we got Stephen Ham-Riley this year, who's an experienced guy as well, so everything's really clicking right now. I feel like everybody's confident, everybody's doing their jobs. We're not falling out of races from parts failures and stuff like that. So I feel like right now everybody on their team is carrying their load, and most of the time we're taking advantage of wins. We've been able to win quite a bit of races, and that's just not easy to do.
14 wins this year. I can vividly remember that first one at Talladega Short Track. It was in 2011. I really got to know you that summer. You were in Indy quite a bit, and I was working for USAC, and we spent a lot of time together that summer. You get that first win, and crazy to think about 2011 to now, 100 outlaw wins to eclipse that century mark. How surreal is that?
Yeah, it hasn't really sank in yet. You just put your head down, you race, and you try to finish where you want in the points or win 10 races a year or whatever if you can. And then when you get in the 80s and the 90s, it's like, wow, you're pretty close to 100. And then you just see what Donny has done in the sport, and Steve Kinzer, just insane of Steve Kinzer winning over 600 outlaw shows. It's like, yeah, 100 is really badass and cool. It's like, but damn, these guys have won a lot more. So for me, it just motivates me to climb that list. I feel like we have a couple guys ahead of us that are realistic for me to pass personally, and that's something I'm really striving towards. But, this year is just trying to be consistent the rest of the year, finish the year strong, and hopefully win that championship.
Has this been so far one of those dream seasons? 14 wins already, leading outlaw points. You finally get the monkey off your back at Eldora. Not only won one big show, but 2 big shows.
Yeah, winning the Crown Jewels, to win the Kings Royals, an event that has kind of haunted me in the past. But, a dream season would be capping it off the way we want to. And, I won 18 races in 1 year at CJB and ran 3rd in points that year. So wins are definitely awesome and important. But I think overall, if you could gain a Crown Jewel event or, a championship, that's what really puts a cherry on the top.
Yeah, what would an Outlaws title mean to you at this point in your career? Is that kind of that last little apple on the tree you're trying to grab?
Yeah, that's something that's very, very important to me and important to our team, and just something I want really bad, and that's a very small list of people, just like the Knoxville Nationals. I feel like those are the 2 most elite lists in sprint car racing. Seems like a lot of different people have won the Kings Royal, but the Knoxville Nationals and the World of Outlaw Championship, that's a pretty cool list.
feel like you can put yourself in decent shape if you transfer out of the last chance showdown tonight into the main event and start somewhere between 16th and 17th and 20th if you're able to get the transfer? You think you guys got a pretty good shot?
I mean, it's going to be hard no matter what, right? There's a really good field of cars, but I think there's some people in there, if we get in the show, we could hopefully get to the top 10 and see what we could do the second 25. But in a perfect world, I would like to run second here in the B, so hopefully we could charge up there. And, Brad will be tough from the pole, I'm guessing, and Peck will be real tough from the outside front row. But hopefully we could get to second and start on the outside. Last year we started on the outside, started 22nd, and was able to pass a lot of cars early. So that's the big thing, is putting away 6 or 8 cars in the first couple laps, because once everybody gets their groove and everybody finds what lane they run, it's a lot harder to pass after that.
Not to put a negative spin on things here, but a couple of years ago you had that perfect score night that hadn't been done in 30 years. And do you feel like that Nationals you got in, I believe you broke pretty quick into that race, is that kind of one of those, you feel like that's definitely one of those what-if moments because of the speed you guys had that year?
Yeah, for sure. That was in a CJB car, and that was definitely a heartbreaker. And then we came back our first year with the 2 car. We run in third and blew an engine there after a nozzle line got blown off. So, I felt like for a long time, like Knoxville was always one that you look at my stats for Saturday, they're really not that great. But the last 2 years we've run second and we won in 2019. So lately it's been really good for us, and the 2 car's always been really fast here no matter what. So, we're just going to work hard and get in that feature, and then we got 2 25-lap races, so we got a long time to make some stuff happen. Gives Cody more time to work on the race car, and I'm confident our guys doing the right things and me doing the right things as well.
Last summer you pick up $250,000 at a dirt track race. Did you ever imagine there'd be a day and age where not only would you be racing for $250,000 to win at Houston Speedway, but you would win that race?
Yeah, the first 250 was really, really cool. Sheldon won the year before when it was 100,000, but it's pretty wild, right? Last year there was a $250,000, there was $1 million at Eldora, and then now we got all these other 100,000 win races this year as well. So it's really cool to see the sport grow. All this streaming revenue is finally paying off for the racers, the race teams, and building hype for these big events. Knoxville Nationals is just a flagship event, and I know Todd's really looking forward to trying to make Huset's to be just like Knoxville Nationals one day. And I feel like in 2 years they made a really strong push. Obviously with the flood this year and having to reschedule definitely hurt, but I know they have big plans for Huset's in that week, and really looking forward to it, seeing it continue to grow.
Say you're able to win $190,000 tonight. What are you going to buy to celebrate? I know in years past, for every win, you've bought a pair of Jordans. What's the celebration for $190,000?
Well, I haven't bought anything from the Eldora week, but my wife bought a couple things for herself. So hopefully we have a good week this week. I don't know what I would buy. I really need a garage. I have too many cars, so I can't be irresponsible and buy another car because I have nowhere to put it. So I only have a 3-car garage at home, and I got a lift in there, and me and my wife's cars sit outside our daily drivers. So I definitely need a garage.
All right, what do we have in the garage right now? I know we had the Mustang there for a while. It was amped up. The Viper. What else? What do we got now?
I have 3 Mustangs. A 93 Fox Body Mustang, 05 Mustang GT that's heavily modified, and I have a 2021 GT 500 carbon track pack, and then a 2014 Dodge Viper.
There we go. Anything else out there car-wise? What are we eyeing now? I talk cars all day. You know that.
Yeah, growing up, I always wanted a Lamborghini and a Viper, and I was really lucky I was a kid still living at home, saved my money, had no bills. I got that Viper then, so now I'm an adult and have a kid and a wife and a mortgage and all that fun stuff. So now it's a little bit different, but Lamborghini and a McLaren now, since they're been readily available, would love to have one of those 2 cars.
So what do we have to win this year to talk Jillian into the Lamborghini? Did Outlaw Championship do it?
I think she would do it tomorrow, right?
Do we just need the bigger garage then?
Yes,
so Knoxville Nationals win Outlaw Championship, and we're adding to the garage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I need to add a garage bad. It's really bad right now. I got no room for anything. Florida, I grew up in Connecticut with attics and basements. I got neither there, so I have nowhere to put anything. It's a disaster right now.
How cool is it what Todd's been able to do up at Houston? You guys have a beautiful new race shop right there on the grounds of Houston Speedway that looks amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really excited to go back there here in the next couple weeks. We race in that region for 3 weeks. So when we were there, right, the inside was kind of done, but for us, like all the race shop part of things weren't really installed and stuff like that. So really looking forward to what they've been able to do here the last couple months while we've been gone. And yeah, it's state-of-the-art facility. It's really good for all the employees at Huset's. They have offices in there now. We have a showroom, and I think they have a lot of big plans for the race shop and maybe doing tours in the future and just things with building the event at Huset's too. Maybe a press conference of some sort up there, right? They have a lot of plans up there, and for the guys, the living quarters is at the race shop, so they get to stay in one area. And where we were before in Windham, Minnesota, there was about 3 restaurants there, and the boys wore all those out, so they're definitely happy to be in Sioux Falls and have a big market and plenty of places to go eat and have a little bit of fun.
Before we let you go, I look over earlier, your son Levi was here, and how special has it been this past year to have him out on the road with you quite a bit and get to share some of these big wins with your son Levi?
Yeah, for sure. It's really cool. Jill works a full-time job, part-time job, and she's home quite a bit, and I try to fly home as much as I can, and they come out to all the big events. And luckily we've been able to win a couple races when he's been around, so that's cool. He loves the race cars, and he says sprint cars in his own way, and he just gets all excited and pumped up, and anything orange is dada. And it's really cool to see him grow. And man, every week he's learning a new word or a new color, and it's been a lot of fun. So it gets harder and harder to leave home, that's for sure, but who knows, maybe one day we'll get him to come out for the full year.
Does it get more special every time you get to go home because maybe you're gone for a week or two and the amount, maybe his vocabulary has just grown in a week of being gone?
Yeah, no doubt. I haven't been home for over a month just because of the season's been so busy, but Jill was at Eldora and stuff like that, so I seen him a few weeks ago, but definitely, if I don't see him after 2 weeks, it gets pretty rough. So that's kind of like my cap. I at least try to go home every 2 weeks, or they're coming out.
Well, you get to be with him this week. David, you're starting 6th in the B main tonight, trying to transfer into that Knoxville Nationals A main tonight. Good luck, and congrats on a great first half of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. This is the best week ever.
We'll have David sign some Frisbees, and we'll be back on Dirt Vision with our final guest in just a minute.
Hey, Tony. Now that you're driving in straight lines, you should try one of these. It will help you turn left again.
Well, Donnie, you should try one of these. Just like the lights, when it turns green, mash the gas. You might win another championship. The drive to succeed, the need to win, the desire to be a champion. And we surround ourselves with partners that believe the same. Like Tony Stewart Racing, Sage Fruit strives to be the best in all they do. They work hard on the farm, in the packing facilities, and with their retail partners to provide high-quality apples and pears all year long.
You can compare apples to apples, but nothing compares to a Sage Fruit apple. Winning quality in every bite.
How'd I do?
Great if you're not looking at the clock.
Sure you got that? I had to be faster than that, right? 100% NOS, zero sugar coating. New NOS, zero sugar. Get after it.
Ready to rise? To the challenge? Above obstacles. Yes! Above perceptions.
Redinger implements the pass on the top lane.
Above it all.
Let's go!
If so, we're looking for you. Join us at Toyota Racing.
There are a number of outcomes that we want students to achieve after they complete a career technical education program. One of the first outcomes is to have employability skills. We start as early as the elementary division where students are exposed. We allow students in the middle division to explore, and we want students in the senior division to practice. The opportunity to practice those skills throughout the course of their high school career is critical.
You make me wanna slow. You make me wanna slow.
When my grandfather started Winters Performance in 1958, he had one goal: building the best, strongest speed parts possible for his fellow racers. Today, nearly 65 years later, our family's still delivering on that goal. Day after day, race after race. We're in this for the racers. We're in it for the competition. We're in it for the win.
Welcome back to the Sage Fruit Pre-Race Show. We've got the former Knoxville Raceway track champion.
I wish.
There we go. Yeah, we're maybe speaking it into existence.
I took the words out of my mouth.
You can do it tonight. Boy, that would be legendary.
Oh, yeah. That would be, they'll write a movie about me. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I hope Leo plays me.
Best actor out there. I don't look, that face for radio here. But last night, your heat race, your move to get to the lead of the heat race, it was one of those like, whoa, what did you see up there that you were able to thread the needle to get to the lead in 1 and 2? That was amazing.
Well, first off, I didn't want to see that first start come back. I felt like I got a pretty decent start. Kind of got through 1 and 2 okay, and then Brenham kind of peeled off to kind of squeeze the 5 car and just kind of left me a little bit of a lane on the top, and was able to kind of get up above him and get around him. And I don't know, you just know how important it is, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I had a terrible qualifying night and was just trying to make up for it, and went to work that morning and went through my entire race car and tried to go through my entire package and get back to where I would feel comfortable, and felt like I really did that. And I don't know, I just felt confident in my race car and knew what was on the line, trying to lock in, and you have to make it out of that heat race. I mean, the difference between running, making it out and not, would have been, it was huge, right? So, I don't know what I saw. The second start, I was just, in my mind, it was like, what are they going to do in front of me now? You kind of give everybody a second chance. Like, you pass them in 3 and 4, the yellow comes out right away. He obviously sees me. It's like, what does he change up his start, or what does he do going into 1, or whatever? I was just trying to play every scenario out in my head. And I just told myself if he left me any lane on the top, I had to take it and just keep my wing up in clean air. And if he came across, the first start I kind of diamond 1 and 2 and felt like my car was pretty good coming across there. So I felt like I was pretty maneuverable. Starting on the top here is a bit of an advantage most times, especially in the heat race. Like on the bottom, it's easy to get squeezed, and you're kind of forced to do one thing. And if you can't really clear a guy, the car starts going the wrong direction. So I knew I kind of had the advantage starting on the top. I don't know. It just kind of it just depends on what they do in front of me. And I was really confident in my race car, and I just told myself, for the kind of strategy for the entire heat race was just wherever they're not, I have to be. So I thought the racetrack was pretty good last night. No offense to the Duncans or anything, but I thought it was better last night than it was the first 2 nights for the qualifying nights. The bottom was actually good and grippy, not real greasy, and it was more of a, air quotes, normal style racetrack in my mind. So I felt pretty comfortable, and like I said, just wherever he didn't go, I was going to go, and I just knew I had to get there early.
I got to ask it, what happened in that A main, and is it something that you could kind of feel coming, or did it take you by surprise?
Oh, I felt it right away. I just packed the right rear full of mud. Justin had gotten me on that restart, and I got real tight behind the Schuhart. He kind of changed lanes in front of me. I thought he was going to go one way, went the other way, and kind of got me tight, and Justin got me, and I was just trying to be patient. I wanted to come across 1 and 2 and kind of diamond 1 and 2, and I just got myself up in the cushion, and the way the cushion was and how deep it was, it just blew through the right rear. And I knew instantly, bang, what it was, and I just started shaking the holy crap out of me. So I was just trying to hang on. I rewatched the video today. I got irritated and had to shut it off after a couple laps, but you can see it right there right away. And I peeled down and moved to the bottom, and I wasn't getting driven by like I kind of thought I was. And I was just, at least me, I just immediately went into all the scenarios in my head. If I can just somehow milk this thing to the finish, I was just going to take the concussion-like symptoms for the next couple days and just not tell anybody. But it was just shaking the crap out of me. And I was worried about the drive line coming out of it more than anything and hurting my motor. It's kind of a weird thing, but I started moving my feet out, just in case the U-joint blew up. My dad's broken both of his legs, so I know what that I know what's going on in between my legs, but it was wild. Very, very, very unfortunate, very heartbreaking. Felt like I did everything right all night. Like you're talking the start of the heat race, we went out down. Drew well starts at the pit shack over there and laid down a great lap. Donny barely beat me, and watching the video today, he made a great lap and ran the bottom the entire way around here, and still just barely squeaked me. So, no, I was very confident in my race car last night. Wish Dover would have went to the scales. That would have definitely helped me out quite a bit. But no, I just I don't know. Very unfortunate circumstances. It's part of racing. It's why we run the races, right? Like you never know what's going to happen, and you got to go run all 25 laps, and it just heartbreaking.
Yeah. Well, look at something positive here.
Yeah.
Leading track championship points in the 410s. How special would it be to win another track championship, but this time do it in the Country Builders 88, a car that's synonymous with your family? Your dad went out in California and raced for the O'Phils for a long time in the 80s and 90s, and now you're in that car kind of adding to the McCarl family legacy in the Country Builders 88.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be awesome. It's been a really tight battle all year. I try not to pay attention to it. But it's hard. Like you start getting Twitter notifications every time. I hate when there's numbers on my notifications, so I always just try and clear them out there. That's like a weird OCD thing I have. But it would be amazing. It would be, especially to go 2 in a row. Did it with Troy in 2018. Did it last year with the Country Builders guys. Trying to repeat this year. It'd be amazing. Country Builders has given me an amazing opportunity to do what I love at the level that it takes, and a lot of other partners that we have, Tucker Trucking, Ochoco West, Muddy, Stealth Cam Walkers. I mean, these race cars don't get any cheaper to run, unfortunately. So it'd be amazing. I feel like it's been weird, Blake. I feel like I've been literally the fastest I've ever been in my entire life, and I'm not like winning as much as I feel like I probably could have or should have. My brother got me, snuck around me one time. You take the lead on the white flag and don't end up winning the race. That kind of hurts, and then just hit the berm wrong, weird, attacking the racetrack, trying to get to Emerson Axum, racing for the lead and crash and destroy a great race car. That kind of set me back for a couple weeks. But I don't know, it's been weird. Like I said, I feel like I've been probably the best I've been here, at least the way I feel in my race car, and being able to manipulate my race car and drive my race car and the speed. I'm definitely qualifying the best I ever have in my life, which is 90% of the battle, I feel like, most of the time. Especially when the Outlaws come to town and these big events, you have to qualify. Last night especially, so important, especially when they're lining the features straight up and stuff. So I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I've been so close. Like Dave Reef asked me yesterday for the Dirt Vision stuff, what's been one thing that's gone wrong this year? And I just replied, last night. Like, I feel like everything's gone pretty smooth, other than I think I could have, would have, should have won a couple more races than we have, and things just haven't gone my way. And that's racing too. But I don't know. I don't know. It'd be, I guess, to answer the long-winded question that I got off track on. It would be amazing. We got one more week. Had a great Capitani Classic. I felt great. Started 14th and ran 7th with no yellows. So hopefully tonight we can start deep into CMA, and hopefully the Duncans got it hard and slick and wide early, baby. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see what we get and do our best, and see where the cards fall.
Well, the show's winded down here. Family this year, things are changing for you guys. You and your wife Alyssa had Cole here. Welcome to him. How's it been having him at the racetrack some this year and getting to victory lane a bit? Ask Gravel the same thing with his son Levi, and now you with Cole.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's being a dad's cool, especially when you have a great support system and family like I do. Like David, I'm home a lot more than David, it sounds like, but I'm still gone a lot too. So it's great to have great grandmas and a great family and a great wife, obviously, to, like I said, just the support system I have around me is amazing, from Country Builders to the other partners we have, Tuckers, and I feel like I have, I don't know how to answer this, but I feel like I have all the right people around me, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like I'm with the people I'm supposed to be with, and that makes it a ton easier. I work all week on these race cars. Until about 3 weeks ago, it was just me and Lou Kyleman would come to the racetrack. So I build all the race cars. I make all the decisions on the race cars, and this stuff means everything to me. So I put my heart and soul into this, and I'll say this. The craziest thing about being a dad is when you leave, or, doing this weird life that we do, is when I go away for a couple, 3 days or a week, especially 6 months ago, and how much he would learn from when I left to when I came back, just 2 or 3 days later, and he's doing all kinds of different stuff, and that makes it hard. But with cell phones and Snapchat and all this stuff, I feel like makes it a little easier. But nah, being a dad's amazing. Having Cole here is awesome. I watch videos all the time, and I wish he heard your voice more. It was nice to have you back at Eldora, by the way. It was refreshing. But he hears Johnny Gibson's voice, and he just goes straight to the TV.
That's awesome.
It's super awesome. It's I feel like he's already getting the bug in a little bit, which scares me.
It's kind of in your blood. Hard to believe, kind of in the bloodlines.
Yeah, definitely. My dad always joked about trying to make us be doctors or lawyers, and I say the same thing about him, man. Or maybe do something with social media, with technology taking off like it has. But no, it's amazing. I love it. I love having him around. He's back around here somewhere. I think with Grandma, my mom somewhere. So it's awesome.
I'm sure that the advent of Dirt Vision. I'm sure Brian, Jim, all the guys at Dirt Vision be happy to put him to work here at Knoxville Raceway.
Let's get him a job.
There we go.
I tell Alyssa all the time, the second he's big enough to mount a tire, he's going to work.
Yeah, exactly.
He's at least going to start cutting some stuff, taking some workload off of us.
Yeah, he can clean the car, all
Start
sorts
him
of
young,
stuff we can get him
Start
doing.
him young.
Yeah, I'm sure Jeff Converse will happily teach him how to work a camera here.
Absolutely.
Thumbs up there.
Well, he'll probably have a cell phone in his hand way before me and you ever did.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, I had to wait till high school. So
yeah, so did I.
We're old now. But
I know. How old are you?
I'm 35. So
35.
I'm not young.
I'm 31. So you got me by a little bit.
Well, Austin, good luck tonight. Put on a show. We talked about top legendary stuff on the table for you tonight. It's there.
I hope they make that movie about me. Trust me. I think I can. I think
we'll get Leo
my goal
on
is
the
to
horn.
get to the. I think if a couple things go my way in that C main and the track's wide enough, I think I got a good shot. After last night, I feel really good, confident in my race car, and I just got to put it in the right spots and make the right decisions. And like I said, hopefully get a couple things to go my way. But if I can get to that B main, it's a long race. The track changes a lot between even the C and hot lap or A main hot laps. So if I can get to that B main, I don't know. I think anything's possible.
Well, he's trying to track down an A-Main tonight. He's trying to track down a Knoxville Raceway Track Championship in a couple weeks. How about it for Austin McCarl?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for joining us on Dirt Vision and coming out tonight for the Sage Fruit pre-race show. Tonight, the greatest night of the year. The NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals presented by Casey's General Stores. If you can't make it here, watch it all live on Dirt Vision.
This has been a presentation of Dirt Vision, a World Racing Group property. For information about upcoming broadcasts, follow us on social media, including Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also watch more than 2,500 classic races and shows anytime at dirtvision.com or the Dirt Vision app.